Gundam.tk presents Real Grade RX-78-2 Gundam. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Robert184 and I'm continuing my look at the Real Grade RX-78-2 Gundam. Lots to talk about. For the plates themselves, the first thing that just leaps out at you is just the different colors as soon as you pull them out. So you're going to get, on the A plate, you're going to have the yellow clear parts, the pink beam sabers, and you're going to have sort of a, I have no idea, but that's not white. Then you're going to have, of course, the ABS parts for the advanced MS joints. And then when you go inside, we're going to have the C plate, which is made out of the blue, red, and this sort of whatever. And then we're going to have the D1, D2, and E1, E2, and these are different colors. And again, if you compare that to the A plate, they're also different colors. So already you can see just how much variation we're going to get. And moving on to the inner frame, you're going to have the G and the F parts, which are also a different color. And finally the ABS, which always looks a little bit different. So I can't say that enough. That is a ridiculous number of color variations in a 1/144th kit. Finally, taking a look at the plates themselves, we've got a 4-color A plate here with clear parts for the eyes and for the cockpit of the core fighter, and a very bright yellow-orange, and it's looking great here for the collar, good lining there. It's interesting that you've got yellow Vulcans for inside the head, and you've got the part here for the beam rifle. And this is great that in the waist section, like the old high-grade Universal Century, you used to have to paint that yourself, which I hated doing. But here you're going to get the classic V, and you don't have to do any effort to make it look good. And overall, it's just this kind of detail in the parts themselves. This is impressive for something that's not even going to necessarily be on display. Here are the advanced MS joints, and just to give you an idea here, look at the detail that's going into these legs. Not dissimilar at all from the Master Grade Gundam version 1.5. Very cool as well. The hands are all pre-attached once you get rid of the excess gates. And here are the arms with the 4 fingers already attached there. Well, half of them anyway. With the C plate, the first thing that springs to mind here is just how vivid the colors are. We've already got a vivid orange-yellow on the A plate, but here the blue, and especially this deep red. You know, I hardly ever talk about colors because you can see it with your own eyes. But anyway, these, they pop out in ways that I really didn't expect. So the core fighters are gonna look great. A big solid part here for the shield, but with lots of lining possibilities. And I made a mistake earlier because you actually do have a 4-color plate here for the C plate. These top parts are different in color from these down below. Really, how many times can I say unbelievable here? And we do have this baby bluish part just thrown in for good measure. Moving on to the D plate, we have the face guard there, a very tiny 1/144th Amuro figure, and you're going to have such detail in these beam sabers. It's just awesome. I hope that they're going to come out well when I try to line them. Deep channels will help make that possible. The shield has a lot of detail in the back here. It looks like it's going to slide up and down, but again, the red part has a lot of lines. If you put a lot of inking back there, you can make that look pretty good as well. And you'll see here the separate parts for the cheeks and the helmet, the V-fin itself, and for the top of the head. But not all the parts for the head are included on this plate. Some are on the E plate, which means we're going to be getting different colors in the same head unit. I have cleverly hidden the D2 plate here in the back, which is the middle part of the D1 plate, but when you take a look at that, they're going to give you 4 beam sabers. You can have 2 in hand while still having 2 in the backpack. Little details like that just make this kit awesome so far. Same idea here too, with the E2 plate being the bottom corner of the E1 plate. And I don't know why they made this part of the beam rifle in white, but anyway, we'll see how it looks when it's all put together. There's the main part of the helmet, which is going to look very good with the other white from the D plates. And otherwise, we've just got a lot of parts here, including parts from the bazooka, and the bazooka barrels actually look pretty good. And small gates mean that they shouldn't have a lot of ugly marks when you cut them all off. Here's the F plate getting into some of the parts of the inner frame itself, but the big thing that I'm pleased about is the fact that they give us a fake core block, which means that you can have this inside securing the Gundam and making it solid while still having the transformed, or in whatever form you want, core fighter on display on the outside. And that's something that the Master Grade version 2.0 did not have, I believe, and that is something that it really should have. Some very fine detailed parts down here on the G plate, especially the parts of the bazooka there, And the thing that really set it off for me is this backpack, and just the amount of panel lining, etc. that you're going to be able to do with that is just awesome. There's the back part of the bazooka, and for the beam rifle, here are the H parts in ABS. And again, if you take a look at this chest part here, you're going to put the yellow vents in front of it, but you'll notice that there's detailed lines there. So if you want to go through and paint that or ink that, or just throw in some panel lining, it is going to look awesome when you put it all together. I've been saying the same positive things over and over again, but when you look at the detail and the amount of effort that has gone into the parts, in making the parts, designing the plates, and designing the colors, and getting everything just right, this kit is off to an awesome start. Can't wait to actually start putting it together now. So that's what I think of this thing straight out of the box, but now we got to see what it's like all put together. But of course, I want to hear what you have to say, so always let me know with a comment down below or on the front page. And as always, hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me with this long introduction. Hopefully the model itself is going to be worth the extra time. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you with the next part. Unless there's a Master Grade version 3.0, and I'm still building Gundam.